Hi guys, Mrs.DeLap back, and today we are going to be talking about greatest common factors. Now there are two different ways that we can do greatest common factors. We can use factor pairs or we can use prime factorization. Today I'm going to do a video on factor pairs, and then I'm hoping to get the prime factorization video out today as well. Factor pairs is going to be a better way to find common factors for numbers that are smaller, so under 50. If you want to do something, or if you're having to find greatest common factors for numbers that are bigger than 50, you're going to want to use factorization. But let's get started. So first of all, we've got some vocabulary that we need to talk about. Greatest common factor. The greatest of the common factors of two or more numbers. The greatest common factor of 12 and 20 is 4. So we're going to use that example from our definition for our example problem up here. All right. So today we're going to talk about the greatest common factors using factor pairs. And remember, in a previous video, I showed you how to use T-charts to find factor pairs. We're going to do the same thing today. For today's example, we're going to use 20 and 12 because those are the numbers that we had down in our example for our definition. So I'm going to do a T-chart for 12, and I'm going to do a T-chart for 20. And what we're going to do is we're going to find all the factor pairs. Those are the numbers that evenly go into our goal number, so 12. So we know that 1 goes into everything. Well, 1 times what equals 12? 1 times 12 equals 12. 2. Does 2 go into 12? Yep, it does. 2 times 6 equals 12. Does 3 go evenly into 12? 3 is a factor of 12. 3 times 4 equals 12. Does 4 go into 12? Is 4 a factor? Yep, 4 times 3 is a factor. And I've got a repeated factor pair. 3 times 4 and 4 times 3. A repeated factor pair. Once I have a repeated factor pair, I can stop. I'm done. This is all of the factors for that number. Okay, now let's do 20. So 1 times 20 equals 20. 2 times 10 equals 20. 3 is not a factor of 20. So I'm just going to cross it out to show that's not a factor. 4 times 5 equals 20. And 5 times 4 equals 20. So I've got a repeated factor pair. 4 times 5, 5 times 4. So that means I've done. These are all my factor pairs, all my factors for that number. Now, when we're talking about the greatest common factor, I need to find the biggest number that's in both of those lists. So if I look through my list, both lists have 1, both lists have 2, 3 isn't in both lists have 4, and then I'm going to go back up this side. Do both lists have 6? No. Do both lists have 12? No. So 4 is the biggest number in both. 4 is the greatest common factor for 12 and 20. All right. So the way that we would show that is we would say the GCF, greatest common factor, of 12 and 20 is 4. And that's how you would write the answer for that. The GCF, greatest common factor, of 12 and 20 is 4. All right, let's do one more example. Let's do, how about we can do 56 we can do 32. Okay. First, we need to find our factors using factor pairs. These are the T-charts that we're going to use. And we're going to find all of our factors, and we're going to find the biggest number that's on both of these lists. And I'm going to go ahead and start with 1. 2 goes into 56. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 goes into 16 8 times. Does 3 go into 56? Well, if we think about our divisibility rules, if I add my digits, 5 plus 6 is 11. Is 11 divisible by 3? It's not. So 56, not divisible by 3. What about 4? 56 is divisible by 4. 4 goes into 5 1 time with a remainder of 1. 4 goes into 16 4 times. Okay? Still no repeated pairs, so I've got to keep going. Does 5 go into 56? Nope. Doesn't end in a 0 or a 5. Does 6 go into 56? Well, I know that 9 times 6 is 54, and that's too close, so 6 can't go into it. Does 7 go into 56? Yep, basic fluency, I know that 7 times 8 is 56. And that means that 8 times 7 is 56. There's my repeated pair. All right, I'm done with my list for 56. Let's do our list for 32. 1 times 32, 2 times, it goes in 16 times. Does 3 go into 32? Nope. Does 4 go into 32? Yep, it goes in 8 times. Does 5 go into 32? No. 6 does not. 7 does not. 8 does. Hey, and I've got my repeated factor pair. 4 times 8, 8 times 4. Now I want to look at both of my lists and I want to find what is my greatest common factor. What's the biggest number that's in both of these lists? Well, if I look over my list, the biggest number that's in both of these lists is 8. So that means that my GCF of 56 and 32 is 8. All right, so that is how you use factor pairs to find the greatest common factor. If you found this video informative or helpful, please do click that subscribe button. If you want to know whenever I uploaded a new video, click the bell. If you found the video helpful and thought that I did a good job, go ahead and click that like button. If you are not one of my current students, but you've got a math question that you'd like me to do a video for, tell me down in the comments below or send me a private message. If you are one of my current students and you've got a math problem that you'd like me to do, please do let me know. Send me an email, send me a message in Google Classroom, and I will upload a video for that problem. Also, I've got a new green screen. So, my current students, if you would like extra credit points, I will give you 2 points on your lowest math grade currently if you can tell me, where am I? Don't share the answer publicly. Don't put it in Google Classroom. You need to email me privately, and then you will get the 2 points. All right, guys, this is Mrs.DeLap's Math Help. Have a good day.